Woo. Man, summer is here. It is June, what's it, 23rd? And last couple days it's managed to, well, Saturday and today's Sunday, it's managed to get over 100 degrees here in Corona. Nah, that's just a little too hot. But either way, managed to get stuff done on old Oddball here. Speaking of Oddball, as you all know, Donald Sutherland died this week, and he was Oddball. That's kind of like the reason I named my truck Oddball, was because of Kelly's Heroes. I mean, the greatest war movie ever made. Right up there with Pauly Shore's and In the Army Now. Those are tight 1 and 2. But got some updates on the Dodge. I got a lot done. I'm moving slow. My knee's killing me. Everything else is, plus it's hot. But besides all the setbacks and everything, man, I'm happy. Just things are moving along. Not fast enough to make the parade this year. That's not going to happen. I got a little over a week, and there's just no way. I just got the throttle linkage hooked up. Haven't even taken it for a test drive. I'm still putting things together. Still got quite a few things to do, let alone put her out there on the highway and test it. So enough chitter chatter. Let's show you what we got. I'm gonna spin the camera around and start right there. See that red thing right there? That's throttle linkage. Yeah, what a pain in the butt that was. Also along with that, and it's not quite done yet, but you can see the back of the firewall. I have it recessed. The piece I cut out, I welded some sides to it. You can see the bolt holes over here and whatnot, but it wasn't quite perfect fit going back in. Really hard to take it in, take it out with the motor in. I should have done that piece when I was test fitting the motor. Once I knew where the motor mounts were going to do, I should have taken the motor out and finished the firewall, because it made a lot of a headache. Big ol' headache. All right, master cylinder. No longer have the dual master cylinder. Figured out that brake problem. Actually, I hadn't figured out what was wrong with that master cylinder, but that single master cylinder, line lock, brake light switch, everything works great. Brake stop. Well, at least when I push on the brake, they don't move. See, another piece that came in that took way longer to get. This little fitting right here. I got the PVC going here, and then I got the line going down to the transmission. I got to put some heat over here. But this little thing here, I ordered online. It's like 15 bucks, and hey, have it tomorrow. Yeah, no, it took like 2 weeks. But I didn't have the right size vacuum hose here. It's a little bit bigger than what I had, so I went to the internet, and according to this week on the internet, you just got to give it that hot tooey, and then slide it right on. So that's what we did. Now it's tight fit and ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere. So let's back on up. Oh, hey, what? That's right. I got the fenders. Got the front fenders on. I got the grill on. I haven't mounted the top. I need some studs. Well, that's a brown widow egg. See the little spikes on it? Yeah, that's nasty. But for some reason, I thought this was 7/16 hardware. It's all 3/8. Hang on a second. There you go. Camera was dirty. So, and then up underneath here was some bolt holes, which I thought they're 3/8, but they're 3/8 fine. And I don't have 3/4 inch long 3/8 fine bolts, so I gotta get some of those. Fenders on, sirens on. I mean, just about everything's under here is good to go. The air cleaner keeps falling off, so I ordered a different bracket, more of a stock bracket that will have a stud coming through it. That one just has little set screws, but wasn't made for that carburetor, so I got something coming for that. Do have to still silicone up that air vent there. Underneath it was all rusted solid, and it's been leaking really bad, so I'm just going to seal it shut. You really don't need an air vent when you just have an open cab. All right, speaking of cabs, there it is. That's the throttle pedal. That's what was kicking my ass this week. It's not really easy getting in and out of this thing, leaning through that opening to try and, maneuver inside here. So you can see I've set this back. Got the pieces on here. Got a top piece up here. I did put some heat. What do you call that stuff? Deflective, like firewall stuff on the inside for the heat, because the exhaust is like right there. But everything's good. I had to make I'll come over there, so I made a bracket for that to hold the throttle pedal right where I want it. Last thing I have to do inside here, I'm going to, the whole from here up all the way, I'm going to use some kill mat, kind of noise dampening, but also for the heat distribution, because this motor's going to be a little bit hotter. And then I got some butcher paper I'm going to copy onto this piece of wood and make it to where it fits better in the middle. Or take a piece of paper, trace it all out, trace the openings, and then transfer it to another piece of plywood, and then put that in here. And then I'm going to use some rubber from work to put over this whole thing, keep some of the noise down. But so before, I got my JB Fabs transfer case shifter, my knockoff Genie shifter, steering wheel with a quick release. I mean, everything, drive shaft's in. I got the rope back on. Transmission's not leaking. I do have a little oil leak from the drain plug. See that right there? Drain plug's leaking a little bit, but next time I change the oil, I'll put a new washer on that. Let's see, got new steering box, obviously. Do have the headlights. I did convert them to LED, so I don't have to run as much voltage, but I have to do some repairs on them. They were kind of held together with bubble gum. So now I got most of this stuff done. I'll get the hood on, the front piece. I got to put this piece on first, then I'll get the hood on, and then I'll work on the headlights once all this is all wrapped up. So, there we are. Once again, let's hit the start switch. Make sure it's in park. Well, I do have a neutral safety switch, so, and see the tachometer's working. Look at that, smooth. They got Heim joints on the throttle linkage. Got the nice solid brake pedal. Sounds good. Back to looking like a weapons carrier again. So, yeah, it's getting there. So this is our, this is the probably last update for June. Obviously, it's almost the end of the month. 4th of July weekend, don't know what it's going to look like, but since I'm not going to the parade, I'll probably, if I can get this ready, I might just drive it around town, do a little bar hopping. So then I don't have the tractor to do that anymore. But that's the plan. That's the update on the Dodge. Old Oddball here. Really kind of bummed not doing the parade, but just too many things went wrong. I figured 6 months would be enough time, but this just wasn't. A few setbacks and a few problems with parts and having to redo a few things here and there, and just basically only having weekends to work on it. It's not like you see on TV or a lot of these other YouTubers that's their whole job is just working on cool shit. I like doing this. It's fun. Don't like it when it's 100 degrees, but trying to set a timeline for stuff just doesn't work. And also my budget's a lot smaller. So you can't always just get things as you need them. You kind of sometimes have to wait, for the next paycheck. But I mean, that's why it took me 7 years to get my 37 done. A lot of trial and error, and a lot of parts that I should have returned that I couldn't. But so far on this one, I only have a couple things that I bought that didn't work out. I returned a few things. I was lucky. Some stuff I opened up and tried using, and it wouldn't work. So, but it was definitely way over budget. It definitely is a lot cooler and looks a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And like I've kept everything underneath. I'm trying to keep it all clean and painted and all. The outside I'm not really touching. Leave it the way it is. Maybe down the road I might repaint the whole truck. Go for that rhino liner or whatever in the green or something, or just hit it with some OD. I mean, I'm not gonna do any body work or anything. I want to keep its character. But right now I think it's happy just to get a new motor, transmission, and transfer case. So that's it for June. Oddball update. You guys have a great weekend. Have a great 4th of July, and a Semper Fi as always.